Good morning, good afternoon, good night guys. What is up? It's JoJo, and today we're doing a top 5 best rides in Disney World. Now this is only my opinion, so make sure you comment down below what your favorite rides are. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead, like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, turn on notifications. I've been posting a lot during the downtime of Disney, so if you have been missing some of my videos, you gotta turn that on and come back again. And thank you to everyone on Patreon for messaging me, supporting me. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who has picked up some merch. That will all be down below. Make sure you go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I do cool, fun things on that all the time. And yeah, with all that being said, let's get this video started, guys. Number 5. I wish I could do a cool voice for that, but I can't. Anyway, Space Mountain, but not just any Space Mountain. Space Mountain in the dark. What? Yeah, if you guys didn't know, sometimes throughout the year, Space Mountain turns off all of its lights, and you get to ride it in the dark. And some of you might be like, JoJo, they already do that. Space Mountain is already like a dark ride. No, 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 no. You have to come when it's lights off, when you can't even see your hand right in front of your face. That is crazy. Now I wouldn't recommend this ride at nighttime in the darkness for anyone who has bad back injuries or anything like that, but it is so much fun, and I think it's my top 5 because I've been on Space Mountain a lot, right? And like you can see the track and you know what's going on. I still love it, but yeah, you know. But when it's in the dark, you can't really prepare, and it's crazy what happens when your brain and your body can't mentally prepare itself for the shifts and the turns and the ups and the downs. It's wild, and it's such a crazy ride, and I love it so much. So you can go on Space Mountain like with no lights on during the Halloween seasons. I know Villains After Hour events has that now, and I'm pretty sure that's it. But if any of you guys know any more times, comment down below. Number 4. Alright guys, so for my number 4, it's gonna have to be Mount Everest in Animal Kingdom. Now if you're wondering why, it's because the ride is just so smooth. It's a roller coaster, it's a thrill ride, so I can go on that ride a lot of times. One thing about me is I really do enjoy thrill rides. I was actually born in New Jersey, a Six Flags right down the street from me, so I love thrill rides because you can keep going on them. Especially Mount Everest, like I said, it's a smooth ride, so I've been on that roller coaster 5 times in a row and it doesn't get old. It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of little details I enjoy about it. The first detail I enjoy about it is that when you go up on Mount Everest, you can actually look over to your right hand side and you can see a beautiful view of all of Animal Kingdom, and I could cry thinking about it right now because I haven't seen it in a while, but it's honestly such a breathtaking view. The next thing I do enjoy is when you get all the way up to the top, there's actually a ton of hair bands up there. I guess people throw them. It's like a little tradition. So there's just millions and millions of hair bands, and you know, some people might be like, oh, it's kind of gross, but like it's really cool. It's like a tradition. And another little side note, when you're up there, apparently there's a hawk or something that kind of comes out sometimes. Apparently if it's working, it comes out, but I've only seen it like once or twice. So, and actually another thing about being up on top of Mount Everest is I love just screaming like, where's the track? I know the track's not there, but like I love just saying that. And imagine if someone's never been on the ride before and all of a sudden you hear some guy say, where's the track? Like it just makes that experience so much more. And the ride itself after that is just awesome. You know, the drops, the dips, the curves. The big drop is fun, but I think going backwards is amazing too. Like that's insane. And seeing the Yeti like pull the track off, it's just, I've just had so many good memories with that ride. So I think it has such good like replay value in a sense, and re-rideability, and I love going on that with my friends and family. And if you haven't, I've said this in my vlogs before, but go on the ride in the back coaster, all the way in the back. It is a different ride from the rest of the coaster, so definitely check that out if you haven't. My number 3 is Rise of the Resistance. The reason why it's Rise of the Resistance is because it's such an immersive experience. Now it's number 3 and not number 2 or 1 is for me because once you go on it a couple times, it is the same ride. But the reason why it has my number 3 spot is because of the immersion of the cast members and everything that goes into it. If you guys haven't seen, I'll leave a link down below. I brought my own lightsaber onto the ride, and that was one of the best experiences of my life in Disney. I will never forget that day, because not only did the cast members acknowledge my lightsaber, but they kept it in the show and they brought my story to life. As I walked through with the lightsaber, the resistance fighters were like, okay, keep that away for training, like we don't know what we're gonna get into, like we don't know where we can put that, and we don't want the people to find out, the bad guys to find out that we have it, that we have a lightsaber. And then when I finally got to the First Order's base, they were like, that's fake, like you're not a real Jedi, like you're not even good enough to be a Jedi. So like there's just so many cool interactions, and that video did really well, and just it was an overall great experience. I enjoy seeing people enjoy the rides as much as myself. And especially on Rise, that first time going on Rise of the Resistance is like no other. So seeing that, like their reactions and seeing the looks in their faces is just so worth it. So that's why Rise is my number 3 for that personal experience. The ride itself is amazing. However, after you go on it a couple times, like I said, it's the same thing. So yeah. I'm starting to realize as I say these top 5 rides that a lot of these are actually emotionally connected to me. I'm not specifically just going off the ride itself, I'm going off the experiences it has created for me, my friends, and my vlogs. So just a little side note about that. Anyway, let's get into number 2. Okay, so my number 2 is Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios. If you haven't been on this, then you probably just have been scared, or you haven't just been to the park yet. It's really hard to miss Tower of Terror. It is such an iconic ride that brings so many people, to Hollywood Studios. You can see that from outside the park, and it really does kind of give you a sense of fear. When you see the Tower of Terror, of course you're gonna be scared, and that thing is huge. But let me tell you, and anyone watching right now, if you haven't been on Tower of Terror and you want to go on it, or you haven't gone it because you're scared, I recommend that you go on it. It's really not as bad as you think. I think the scariest part about the whole ride is the show, which is amazing. Stay scary. But the ride itself is fun, and I guarantee you, if you go in with a good positive mindset, when you get off the ride, you'll be happy you did it. And hey, honestly, even if you went on it, you screamed and you cried and you got super scared, then you never have to go on it again. Even when you're on the ride, I still get tense, I still get anxious, right before that first drop. And that's part of the reason, is because you don't know which way you're gonna go. You never know which way you're gonna go. You can either go up or you can go down. So right before you either go up or down, I can feel it in my in my body. I'm like, oh gosh, which way are we gonna go? And that, even after over a year of being here in Disney World, that never gets old. So I love that ride for that. Alright guys, and now the moment you've been waiting for, my number 1. Now if any of you have been watching my vlogs, you might actually know what this is already. But before I tell you my number 1 runner up, it's not really a ride, but it's an amazing show, Fantasmic. I love this show so much, and I've seen it in Disneyland and Disney World, and it is just so freaking fun. And I can cry, I'm not going to, but it is a beautiful show. And some people might say it's outdated, but I love the soundtrack, the idea behind the just imagination, dreams coming true, all the characters you get to see at the end of the show. If you've never seen Fantasmic, guys, it is a show in Hollywood Studios, and I recommend it. I actually have a Fantasmic phone case created by my sister. How awesome is that? So yeah, Fantasmic just has so many memories. My dad would always say, when I used to go and watch it, he's like, I could always see my little boy when we watch it, because I was just always in awe. And recently I've had some awesome experiences with it as well, so I love Fantasmic. Alright, now for the number 1. No more joking around. My number 1 Disney ride is Story Mania. Wow, woo, wow. Okay, you might be wondering, why Toy Story Mania? There's so many amazing rides, Slinky Dog, all these other rides are super thrill. The reason why I love Toy Story Mania is because it has a score. You can get a high score on it. There's the Buzz Lightyear shooting game in Magic Kingdom, but that one's a little outdated, and there's a cap on it, 99999, that is a cap. This has an unlimited score, and I think the idea behind it is because I'm in the park so much, I love this ride because I can come back to it every single time, and I can aim to get a higher score. There's a ton of secrets on that ride, guys. A lot of people don't know that, but there's a ton of little secrets in every room. There's different actions you can complete to get you a higher score. If you're ever curious and want to actually know more about those secrets, let me know. I can make a video about it. I think that would be a lot of fun because I love that ride. If I go with my friends who aren't as big on scoring high, like someone who's out, you know, not from around here, from town, or someone who's on vacation, I can just play with them and shoot them and, like, you know, like show them how to play the game, which is a lot of fun. But if I'm hanging out with Dan, my friend, or Kyle, my roommate, who are kind of pros at it, we can have a very competitive game of Toy Story Mania. So the idea is that when I go on that ride, depending on who I'm with, the vibe, the mood, all of that changes, and that's what I love. It's so, you know, it's not concrete, it's more fluid. It's a very fluid ride, and every time I go on it, it's a different vibe, and I'm so blessed that I had the opportunity to be on that ride and just have so much fun. And I miss it, I do. You know, with the parks closed right now, that's one of the first places I'm going when it opens. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, share, ring that bell, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Comment down below what your favorite ride in Disney World is, and if you enjoyed this kind of type of video, please let me know. I would love to make more of these. If you made it to the end, comment down below Sorcerer Mickey. This is my plush, and I've had it since I was a little kid in Disney, and I've kept it with me through all of college and high school, and I still have it to me to this day, and I love it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay positive. We're gonna get through this together. We're gonna be okay. Alright guys, thank you so much. And with all that being said, every day is a blessed day to be alive, and I will see you in the next one. Peace guys.